Good morning, friends. Adab, Sat Sri Akal. Today, the topic which we are going to talk is something which may not be very important, but I assure you, this is the most vital, important, defining surveys. These are the trigonometrical surveys of India. Now, presume in 1789 Barakpur was made, but with no surveys. So, whom did the British or the Governor General compensate? Nobody. That is why, if you see in till 1864, they've been repeatedly saying whether the resident or the Rotwari or the Biswadari have been compensated. Has the civil authority filed a suit in the courts? Where are those suits? So that's it. Now, what the Britishers did, they imbibed the Akbari system of land revenue, where they said, okay, fine, we presume these were some kind of surveys and these were the grants given, where 1/3 used to go to the Raja and 2/3 used to remain with the cultivator or the grantee. So they did not disturb these grants which were in the hands of the petty Rajas also, the tillers, the occupants. They started making everybody with their nefarious design and mind to basically imbibe the word divide and rule. How do you divide a country? You divide it minutely. People don't even get to know that the country is being divided, which we are being divided. Would be today also, were earlier also. So, how things are moving? Now, the Raja, the Zamindar, the Jagirdari, the Patadaris, the Biswadaris, the Rotwaris, they were all the occupants or the owners of these lands. No surveys were done. So Sir Andrew Waugh, who was the Survey General and Superintendent of this in 1843, after Sir G. Everest, who retired, designed a great quadrilateral chain system of triangulation. Remember there, if you call the Patwari or the Kanuko to measure the properties these days or the village areas, they have a chain. It's a kind of a chain which they catch from two holes and they measure it this way. So this is that same chain which was designed in 1843. The scales of the revenue and the cadastral surveys vary between 4, 16 and 13 inches into a mile. The 16 inches scale was generally being adopted at that time. The revenue surveys were commenced in 1822. It's very important what I'm using the word. From the district of Jamuna, which I'm talking of Delhi, because this book I laid hands, Panipat, Rohtak and district wise, they went up till. So cadastral surveys, where numbers were given, which applies chiefly to the Rotwaris of the village, and in special cases proprietary rights in the states were given. So everything was managed and these ghattas were being prepared. If you go to any tahsil these days in cantonment, you will find on a cloth, that's called the ghatta, a huge map which is of the village. Even if you have to get it scanned, it has to be on a 4-feet scanner machine. I had it done for my Ambala 17 villages. I have those plans of my cantonment. The cadastral surveys, while these scales of tropical were being worked out in the hilly terrain, they were considered to 4 inches to a mile, and all these zamindaris were given the rights of proprietaries in their states during that period. The revenue surveys were imposed by individuals or communities owing to an estate or an occupation to the anomaly that who is the landlord and who is the assessment or who is the zamindar who will be finally responsible for paying the lagan of these. So the revenue imposition of 1822, where I had read in the earlier book of 1831, I had mentioned some areas and I had mentioned how much revenue the British were conniving at that time, were garnering in 1831-32 parliamentary report spoke. So the last occupant or the holder of the land, the smallest, was called the Rotwari. The rights of ruler or full proprietary rights has been granted to these individuals. Under zamindari tenures, the land is held to be independent property. Under the Rotwari tenure, it is held of the crown in right to occupancy, which is under British rule, but both is heritable and transferable. So there were three specifics names given to the others likewise. Those were the zamindaris, rotwaris or rulers. The holding in the distinction made in the text there is an element of inconsistency for as time goes. And there is a tendency to treat the many small self-cultivating landlords in the village community in northern India more and more individually after the Rotwari pattern. So in the north, from where Punjab I come, so these were how individual tillers were given rights of ownerships rather than the zamindars. It is not sufficient for this purpose to detail the names of the person in possession, for there may be several parties in possession of the same land, holding various classes of rights, one being in possession of over proprietor, another in that of under proprietor, another as a mortgagee, another as a tenant, another as a subtenant, and so forth. And it is necessary to specify which of these parties is responsible for the revenue, or to use the technical phrase, with which of them the settlement is to be made. So this is how the Britishers subdivided these properties from the original ruler to the last. And your and my name came as proprietors in these 57 cantonments of these lands. In the rest of United Province and in Punjab, a somewhat similar position was accorded. The representations were given to the village communities. Several members together accepted the proprietary rights of these lands. Shareholdings were never bifurcated, they were under one umbrella. The person thus recognized as proprietors and also certain classes of tenants were in almost all parts of India permitted to exercise free rights of transfer by sale, mortgage, gift and etc. But an extravagant use of their rights tend in many provinces to be disintegrated of the larger properties, and the transfer of land from that agriculture land to non-agriculture class was allowed. So even if we were British grants, were we? No, we were not. So we were basically these grants which came from the rulers, and we were given these grants, and we were tillers or occupiers or subtenants, and that's how we were given rights. We were selling our properties, we were mortgaging our properties, we were gifting our properties. I have all sale deeds, I have all gift deeds, I have mortgage deeds of various cantonment bungalows. So there is nothing to be proved on that extent. So when this entire system was going on, to build a complete India, it was very extensive. And the registration of titles of this public entry was very tough. In the case, the more important transfer of proprietary rights, the revenue records is supplemented by registration of assurance which is effected under the general registration law. Now just imagine, the Britishers were very smart. They were registering us for revenue. That because we had to pay them revenue, so we were registered as owners or responsible people to pay. But whether we were proprietors, this is to be taught. So when they conducted their cadastral surveys of land in 1822, they started maintaining land records along with transfer deeds and of built up lands. And there is a difference between an agriculture land and a non-agriculture land, which is a built up land. So that doesn't come under the Land Revenue Act. A built up goes into the urbanization, which later came way back in 1889 when the municipalization was being taken. So where are these land records? Where are these survey plans? Can't we ask them from the court? Can't we get them in the court? Ask your district collector. So that's it. So friends, so Britishers kept their surveys rightly done. And did they acquire lands to make these cantonments? If yes, please dig in your Vazibulas of your cantonments or of those villages which were taken to make Agra cantonment or Aurangabad cantonment. See what those Vazibulas, all those records are lying in the Tehsil records. It is lying in the Tehsil revenue records where the Patwari record is kept, not the sale deed record area. These are two different records of the cantonments or of the district administration. So please dig in your Vazibulas. If it is written in any of the languages, need to be translated in Hindi, then in English. So friends, this survey was very important. Whether in 1822, 1843 and when it got completed, that is a very lengthy topic. It never got completed till 1890. There were disputes, there were people who were angry. So India was being surveyed. Khasra numbers, Khatoni numbers, so everything, cadastral numbers were being given. So this is very important, whether in my cantonment, ever, if you have your cadastral survey numbers, if you have your villages coming up there, like in my cantonment, we have 17 villages, you can also dig into that. So this becomes a very important evidence for proving that we were grants, old, converted into new for revenue, and we were never military grants. Thank you. Good day. Bye-bye.